Process mining groups a set of methods that utilize process modeling to get an understanding of the performance of our business processes as they are executed in our organization. The starting point is generally a database log. However, more recently, techniques for process mining can also tap into live event streams. In any case, whether we use a database or a live event stream, there is a common format that goes under the term of event log, which serves as input for process mining methods. The idea is to derive actionable process knowledge out of these event logs. And this knowledge can take the form of process models that are automatically discovered from the event logs. For example, a BPMN model that represents the actual behavior of an order-to-cash process in our organization. It could take the form of a conformancy analysis checklist that shows, for example, the differences between the actual process behavior as it is mined from the event logs and a set of business rules or compliance rules that are available within our organization. So, for example, we can use conformance checking to identify compliance or SLAs violations. This knowledge can also take the form of a detailed performance analysis, which can then be represented either by means of a dashboard or by means of a report. And finally, it can take the form of an analysis of different variants of a given process, or can allow us, by means, for example, of patterns, to identify the root causes for certain process deviations to occur. So the root causes for certain claims to take longer than a given SLA agreement, for example, longer than 3 days. So the value proposition of process mining methods, and more generally of monitoring and controlling, stands in a paradigm shift. In the move between confidence-based process measurement and hence process management to evidence-based process management. Because we use data, and so the evidence provided by this data, in order to infer process knowledge rather than the information that we would traditionally obtain by talking with stakeholders of the organization, e.g. through interviews or workshops, which we know one way or another can be subjected to bias. So the value proposition of process mining is to be able to understand how our business processes are actually performed rather than basing ourselves on the intuition. So understand how our processes really work rather than imagining how these processes may work. Is the ability to back up or even disprove hypotheses based on evidence rather than on the basis of intuitions and beliefs. And it also allows us to evaluate the effectiveness of different redesign proposals by measuring, for example, process performance before and after the redesign has been implemented. As such, process mining provides a new entry point to the BPM lifecycle. Clearly, process mining methods are located within the monitoring and controlling phase. However, the result of this can be real models and validated hypotheses that we can use as input to rediscover the actual process model. And it can also take the form of performance measures and root causes that can then serve as input to process analysis by not necessarily performing the discovery phase.